Hey folks, it's John Nolan here. It's November 2nd, 2025, and please save this video, bookmark it for later. There's gonna be a day coming, I presume pretty soon, where you're gonna need to watch this even more so than right now. I'm gonna predict something intuitively that I think is coming very soon, and we're all gonna need to be very, very aware of what's going down then. But for now, I want to quickly rewind to the year 2020. We all know the biggest scam, the biggest crime against the human family. And you know what was really surprising to me was not that it went down, because we knew it was coming. What wasn't surprising to me was how the masses reacted, what the media did, politicians. It clearly showed us a unitarian system, a force that is operating worldwide, and that when it matters, speaks with one voice, one tongue, and creates all the same actions. That was not the surprise. The surprise was how people who claim to be spiritually awakened, truth-oriented, freedom-loving, how they reacted, how many people from our communities reacted, alienated others, and resorted to fear and hatred and outright violence against anyone who didn't see things their way. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because what we saw in the early 2020s until now was a tactic where a lot of fear, a lot of very, very dark energies, if you will, were used to bring people into a system and to build certain infrastructures for a worldwide system that these forces want to implement. We've talked about this many, many times. The change that I see coming is that they're now moving and will be moving into a new tactic, which I call the Great Seduction. And so what I believe is going to happen fairly soon, I mean really soon, and I could be wrong, but I think really soon, is that we're going to be introduced to some otherworldly technologies. At least that's what they're going to seem to us. They're going to seem so far out there and so incredible, so amazing, so awe-inspiring, and they're going to be presented to the people as solutions to their biggest problems. I believe mainly in the health sphere to begin with, maybe transportation, but health sphere I think to begin with. And people are going to see these technologies as quick fixes and as like an answered prayer. And these technologies are going to be presented in a way that even people in our community will say, John, how can you speak out against it? This is what we've been waiting for. This is the answer. This is fixing, the big C. This is fixing all the diseases. This is reversing effects of all kinds of bad stuff in our environment and in our bodies. And it's going to seem absolutely wonderful. But remember that when it comes, the forces allowing this to come to the public are the same forces who did the 2020 scam, are the same forces who've been working for hundreds and thousands of years to bring us into this AI hive mind that they have created for us. These forces are at work. Remind yourself when that day comes that we're still sucking electricity from power lines like we did over 100 years ago, that nothing has changed, that all these technologies have been suppressed from us, that any and all transportation technologies and all other technologies that could have liberated the human family from oppression, from dependence and dependency and whatnot, are still being suppressed. And when the day of the announcement comes, whether that will come through sort of a revelation that this is otherworldly technology or not, remember that it is the Great Seduction. When many people in our community will say, listen, this is finally it. This is the technology. This is the quantum tech we've been waiting for. This is it. Remember, it's the Great Seduction, and it's their final play of how they're going to get millions of otherwise, questioning people, truth-oriented, freedom-loving people into their system. It's going to be through seduction. Yes, they're still going to use weather warfare. Yes, they're still going to use all the other stuff, but it's going to be through seduction. They're going to make it seem so amazing, so wonderful, so life-changing. But with that, they'll also drop the hammer. You'll come in to this system through some mechanism that will make it virtually impossible for you to get back out again. Might be some biological, technological thing, and you will hear the door close behind you once you're in, because that's the goal. And I don't know what else they need to see or hear or know that this force is still at work, and it might have been weakened. It might be running out of all too many plays yet, but they're still there, and they're still still working. So please, when the next big announcement comes about some revolutionary technology, something that will change the world, look close. Who is putting this out there? Who's the money behind it? Who are the people talking about it? Who wants you so badly to use it or be a part of it? You need to ask those questions and not get emotionally sucked in. Once again, save this video, bookmark it. There'll be a day in the near future when you need to watch it again. You need to be reminded of it, and all your friends and family need to, because they're coming for the truthers, for the freedom lovers. They're coming for the spiritual communities, for the sovereign people, for anyone who does not want to depend on such an AI digitally controlled system. They're coming for those folks, and they want to seduce them into the system.
Your environment shapes everything, your thoughts, your health, your energy, but most people never question the invisible field they live in. We did, and that's when FLFE found us. It's not a product, it's a field of pure life force energy that lifts everything it touches. We now live in it 24/7, and we would love to invite you to experience it too. Start your free 15-day trial now. No pressure, no strings attached. Just the truth, resonance, and peace.